Hola, clase de español tres. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Nice to see you. I'm just going to briefly walk you through a couple more triggers for the subjunctive mode for section 8.1 this week. We also have a pretty significant vocab list, and so it would be kind of prohibitive to go through each and every definition, have a complete discussion about it like we will in class. But I will do some pronunciation with you today and maybe a few notes on just a few of the cognates along the way. As soon as we're done with our first couple of slides. And there are only a couple of slides for this week. So expressing doubt, belief, and expressing certainty. When you're expressing a certainty, that will almost certainly indicate an indicative mode. But a subjective or subjunctive mode is anytime you're either giving a real value, like either a good or bad sort of a thing, or whenever you're expressing that something may not be the case, or if you don't know if it's sure, that's going to trigger a subjunctive mode conjugation in speech. And so here's just another couple examples of that. Here we go. We'll try to get this set up for you. There we go. So subjunctive after expressions of doubt or disbelief. After dudar, which is to doubt, or no creer, which is to not believe, another expressions of doubt and disbelief, you'll use que plus a verb in the subjunctive mood. All right. So for example, no creo, I don't believe. No creo que la biología sea más difícil que las matemáticas. All right, so I don't believe that bio is more difficult than math. Okay, and I don't think it. So that expresses doubt or non-belief, and so that is a form of subjectivity, and therefore it's going to be in the subjunctive mode. So that's just one example. Of course, we'll hit on more of those later. Now, another thing that we have been looking at and sort of circling around in Spanish 2 and 3 are different uses of se, or we think of reflexive verbs usually when we think of the word say, but there's actually a few situations in which we'll use any sort of word like say in our speech or our writing. So 3 uses of say. I'm just kind of putting it all together in one slide for you. We've looked at all of these at one point. Now we're just kind of mushing it all together. So as a reflexive, like the verb ducharse, to take a shower. So I mean, me ducho, I take a shower. Te duchas, you take a shower. Él se ducha, he takes a shower. Ella se ducha, she takes a shower, etc. So you can use it as a reflexive. Juan se levanta a las 5. Juan gets up at 5. You could also use it as an IOP, an indirect object pronoun. So when you have a double object, when there's like a indirect and a direct in the same sentence, your indirect automatically becomes a say instead of a lay or a lace. So that's something we've looked at briefly. Obviously, we need to revisit, but as a reminder for you. So las llaves se las di a Maria. The keys, I gave them to Maria. All right, so them, I gave to Maria. To her, them, I gave to Maria. So this a Maria fills the same function as the say, but remember in Spanish, you have to be redundant in sentences like that. You have to use an IOP, even though you're still naming the person later on too. Something to bear in mind. Okay, so last one is an indirect subject, and this one, we talked about, I know, significantly more last year. It's when you're using the word say to express like a sign, or when you're saying one must or something like that. So en esta clase se trabaja mucho. In this class, one works much. They're trying to say that you got to work hard in this class. It's like when giving a rule or a policy, or there's a sign up somewhere. You're gonna say prohibido fumar. One is prohibited to smoke here, okay? It's like a no smoking sign. So those are your 3 basic uses of the word say. Pretty straightforward, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at our vocab real quick. So we'll get out of this one. We'll come into this one. There it is, okay? So expressing doubt and disbelief, a few expressions that do that. Dudo que, I doubt that. Es increíble que, it's incredible that. No creo que. No estoy seguro que, I'm not sure that. No puedo creer que, I'm not able to believe that, or I can't believe that, ... Parece mentira, it seems like a lie to me, seems false that, okay? A few more, and I'm sure that some of these you can kind of figure out, because this next one has to do with media, so you see a lot of words that have similarities and bearings in English, like anunciar, of course, to announce, right? There's a lot of them like that. Obviously, I want you to reference your books for definitions on these, but some of them you can just tell by looking. El anuncio, the announcer. So, like I said, there's several of these. Anyways, la cadena, el canal, la comentarista, el documental, la emisora, en línea, el locador. I wonder if that's a locutor. And then we have a misprinted item here. Let me go ahead and check that for you real quick. Yeah, it most certainly is incorrect there. So real quick here, when we get down to this will happen every once in a while. We'll have to fix that or in class as well. But el locutor. Gracias bien. Okay. El noticiero por cable. El programa. Note that programa ending in an A is still L. It's a masculine word that ends in an A. These happen from time to time. El reportaje, el reportero, el sitio web, the site web. I'll tell you honestly, having been to Spain recently, and I'm going again not too long from now, they just say website. It's an anglicized version now. So they say el website instead of el sitio web. But this is, you got to remember, from 20 years ago. So there you go. Let's go ahead and finish out our last little sections here. Expressing certainty. So you know that almost all these times it will not be the subjunctive after these sorts of things. So like, claro que, es cierto que, es evidente que, es obvio que, estoy seguro que, no cabe la menor duda, por cierto, por supuesto, sin duda alguna, without a single doubt, todo el mundo sabe que. All the world knows that. It's like saying everyone knows. Okay, moving on. Estar al tanto de. Estar buen informado sobre. Me suena el chico. No saber ni jota de. No tener la menor idea. Que sé yo. Que yo sepa. My goodness, the autocorrect on this is horrible. Que yo sepa. Ya lo sé. And there is your vocab. Just a little bit of pronunciation for what we're working on this week. And I hope that this is a good intro for you. If you miss class on Monday or Tuesday or anything like that, and you want to catch up, this is a great way to hear how they're pronounced, especially if you scrub back and look at the explanation of some of these, of the couple of the slides as well. I hope that's helpful for you. Maybe we'll have some extra credit embedded sometime this week in our lesson as well. Not in this particular screencast, but maybe something coming up. All right, so keep up the good work. Thanks for watching. I hope all is well. Ciao, hasta luego, y adios.